Yeah, yo, it's the ugly truck driver. Oh, Harry Reid, you know, that Democrat down there in Washington, D.C., inside the Beltway. I don't know how this man lives with himself, the lies he tells. I put this up on one of my blog sites. I just want you to listen to it.
Were able to buy a free health insurance they could afford and they could trust. Despite all that good news, there's plenty of horror stories being told. All of them are untrue, but they're being told all over America.
Now that's pure bull crap.
The leukemia patient whose insurance policy was canceled would die without her medication. Mr. President, that's an ad being paid for by two billionaire brothers. It's absolutely false.
Now, that's a lie, because that lady was on Fox News with Megyn Kelly and a couple other people explaining what happened when she lost her medical insurance and had to go under the Obamacare health plan.
Or the woman whose insurance policy went up $700 a month. Ads paid for around America by the multi-billionaire Koch brothers, and the ad is false.
There's another lie. Back in October last year, now I'm retired and I'm on Social Security, but I got a letter in the mail from the insurance carrier I was with, and they said they weren't going to carry anybody in New Jersey anymore, and I had to go find a new insurance carrier. And when I did, it cost me 30% more, and I'm fortunate at only 30%.
We heard about the evils of Obamacare, about the lives it's ruining, and Republican stump speeches and ads paid for by oil magnates, the Koch brothers. But in those tales, turned out to be just that, tales. Stories made up from whole cloth, lies distorted by the Republicans to grab headlines or make political advertisements. Mr. President, these two brothers are trying to buy America. They not only funnel money through their Americans for Prosperity, they funnel money into all kinds of organizations to do the same thing that they're doing.
Yeah, let's talk about Obama and George Soros. Let's talk about the political PACs, the bastardization of the Bill of Rights here in America, the violation of your First Amendment rights, your Second Amendment rights, your Fourth Amendment rights, etc., etc. See, the problem you got is you got these Democrats, okay, that ought to be held accountable. Remember Obama? If you like your doctor, you can keep your doctor. Period. If you like your insurance policy, you can keep your insurance policy. Period. It's going to reduce your premiums $2,500 a year.
They're trying to buy America. I don't believe America's for sale.
Yeah, well, he's been bought and paid for by all the political PACs in Washington, D.C. He won't even let legislation on the floor that might either fix Obamacare or anything else, especially if it's presented by, quote, Republicans and conservatives. And then we can go here.
For disaster.
Max said, unless we implement this properly, it's going to be a train wreck, and I agree with him.
Max refers to Senator Max Baucus of Montana, chairman of the Senate Finance Committee, which wrote much of the 2,700-page Affordable Care Act, and who lambasted Health and Human Services Secretary Kathleen Sebelius in a recent committee grilling.
Yeah, it's a joke, all right. Because that 2,700-page law has now bloomed to something that stands over 7 feet tall, and we don't even have a clue what all's in it.
I tell you, I just see a huge train wreck coming down. You and I have discussed this many times, and I don't see any results yet.
Baucus recently announced he will not seek re-election. He blames the Obama administration for not adequately explaining to Congress or the public how the reforms they passed are being implemented.
Which is pure bullcrap. And why do I say that? Well, let's see. Let's go here for a minute.
I'll make our government open and transparent so that anyone can ensure that our business is the people's business. When there's a bill that ends up on my desk as president, you, the public, will have 5 days to look online and find out what's in it before I sign it.
But we have to pass the bill so that you can find out what is in it.
You know, I respect what the Clintons tried to do in 1993 in moving health reform forward. But they made one really big mistake, and that is they took all their people and all their experts into a room, and then they closed the door. And they tried to design the plan in isolation from the American people.
But we have to pass the bill so that you can find out what is in it.
I will do it entirely differently. Within the first 100 days of my administration, we are going to have a big table, and everybody's going to be invited. Labor, employers, doctors, nurses, hospital administrators, patient advocates groups, the drug and insurance companies, they'll all get a seat at the table. They just won't get to buy every chair. And we will work on this process publicly. It'll be on C-SPAN. It will be streaming over the net.
But we have to pass the bill so that you can find out what is in it.
People, I might not be the brightest bulb in the package or the sharpest knife in the drawer, but I know when I've been lied to. I know when America has been shoved under the bus. I know when our civil rights have been violated. This administration, the Obama administration, for 5 years now, has done everything it can to destroy as much as it can regarding the Declaration of Independence, the Constitution of the United States, the Bill of Rights. Let's not forget, Congress sat there and shoved through, while we were worried about the Duck Dynasty thing, they shoved through a new and updated version of what they call the NDAA, which is bigger and badder than it was before, which totally eviscerates posse comitatus and lots of parts of the Bill of Rights. And yet you people still buy this BS and voted for this administration twice in a row. This administration, it has no less than 11 Muslims in the cabinet with direct ties to the Muslim Brotherhood in the Middle East. Did you ever look at that yellow curtain that he stands up and preaches from? That's a Muslim prayer curtain with the absence of American flags. Go look even at Bill Clinton, Bush 1, Bush 2, all American flags. This socialist, communist, Muslim son of a bitch of questionable birthright has done more in 5 years to destroy America. More recently, to sit there and downsize the American military to a point before World War II. To sit there and destroy our world-leading capabilities of fighting. This administration is a disaster waiting to happen. There are countries all over the world, and especially Russia, that look at this man and laugh and call him a putz, doesn't know the first thing about world politics or anything else.
There's a bill that ends up on my desk as president, you, the public, will have 5 days to look online.
Yeah, and more recently, I've got a pen and a phone, and if Congress won't do this, that, or something else, I'm just going to run around the Constitution, run around Congress, and do whatever the hell I want.
Find out what's in it before I sign it.
But we have to pass the bill so that you can find out what is in it.
And find out what's in it before I sign it. And find out what's in it before I sign it.
But we have to pass the bill so that you can find out what is in it.
And
yeah, you know, they griped about George Bush when we had a $9 trillion deficit in spending. Well, we just passed $17 trillion. And they estimate by the time Obama gets out of office, the current indebtedness will be $23 trillion. Well, I'm here to tell you, if you include the unfunded mandates that the government doesn't want you to know about, that they can never pay back, it's actually $121 trillion, which America is indebted. And that is absolutely phenomenal. And there's videos here on YouTube about it, but see, Congress doesn't want you to know about it. This administration doesn't want you to know about it. The big banks don't want you to know about it. But see, everybody says, oh, it's all conspiracy theory. No, man, it's not. Go look it up. Get your head out of the sand. And yet you think I'm just a cranky, codger old guy, right? Now, it is what it is. You don't like it, I don't like it. But you know what? It's like what I did here.
Hey, yo, it's the ugly truck driver. How the block are ya? Well, did you catch the news today? The wonderful old bummer administration. That Vietnam vet that's the, what the hell do you want to call him? Secretary of Defense or whatever the hell his handle is. Chuck Hagel. Ex-Senator, war hero, Republican that's working for Obama and the administration, comes out and says, we're cutting back our military forces and all the rest of that good stuff. Yeah. Okay, Chuck. You and I are about the same age. Let's go out in the back parking lot somewhere and have an ass-kicking contest, fool.
That's about what it comes down to, people. Get your head out of the sand or out of your butt. 2014's coming. 2016's not too far behind. You people need a serious coffee break and face reality that America is no longer the #1 nation on the world, and this administration is making it that way. It's been sold out. It's been sold out to the Middle East. It's been sold out to the Muslims. It's been sold out so many ways, north, south, east, and west. You don't get it. Listen, I'm not in love with some of these Wall Street types, that's for sure. I'm not in love with these big corporations that ship American jobs overseas. But man, I'll tell you what, we lose our constitutional rights, our freedom of speech. Where do we go from there? The Supreme Court just sat there yesterday and came up with a motion that the Fourth Amendment of search and seizure, the police don't have to obey it if there's two separate individuals in one apartment or one house, and one agrees to it and one doesn't, that the cops can just walk right on through it. This is our Supreme Court. You know, the ones that sat there and said, Obamacare is legal, it's a tax. Justice Roberts sat there and sold out, somebody got to him. This is the same Supreme Court. And yet I hear crickets, chirp, 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 chirp. And the sheeple are asleep at the switch. You people need to wake the hell up before we're going to be just another socialist, communist country. I don't know how many times I got to say it. I beat my head against the wall. I lose sleep over it. People think I'm a cranky, crotchety old son of a bitch, and maybe I am. But I'm old enough to remember when America was a whole hell of a lot freer. That is the truck driver's opinion.